Yeah, everybody like and subscribe to Base Boxing Basement and please donate. I tried to box myself and I was whack, and I know the Triple B would absolutely wax my aging thespian ass. But at least I'm not a batty man like Javonte Davis, so small mercies. Although my films are shite too, so...
Yeah, thanks, Idris. Yeah, I haven't watched, any of your whack films anyway, so I don't know if you're a whack actor or not. But, what is acting? It's just professional lying, man. Everyone's like, such a good actor, such a good actor. Like it's some skill. People worship them just good day on TV and in the cinema, and it's pathetic, man. But that's part of the plan. They want you to worship. Instead of worshipping God, they want you to worship musicians, sports stars, actors, bums like that. And most of them are perverts. Acting, I mean, come on, man. Also, I once went out with a girl, right? She was a top model. I don't want to say too much about it. She's very beautiful, amazing. Someone she knew well was going out with Hollywood actress, and they got married and all that. Now, and this actress like going, most of these guys, especially the big guys, Tom Cruise, people like that, they're not even doing the acting themselves. What I mean by that, right, is they've got a coach. He goes, oh, this is how you should play it, Tom. Show me the money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do it a bit more stupidly. Look a bit more nerdy. Show me the money. Look, they've got acting coaches that tell them how to play the role. Anyway, F them. So before I talk about Otto Wallin and Derek Dullboy Cesora, which is this weekend, came across, quite quickly. I thought it was going to be a lot longer. And the Bills in Manchester, Lancashire, as David Greenblatt might say. It's okay, Bill. It's an okay Bill. Cesora Wallin, Nathan Heaney, guy called Nelson Hissa, heavyweight, Albanian heavyweight, 19-0-0 with 17 wins by KO. He's beaten one half decent guy, but basically a journeyman. But he's like ancient, and he's fighting an unbeaten guy from Macedonia. So it's quite an interesting Balkans fight. Neither of them are probably much good. They're both unbeaten, both with good KO records. So Lewis Williams is a prospect heavyweight from the UK. So you got 3 heavyweight fights. Yeah, and everybody knows heavyweights are the Kangs. What else? Who else on there? Walter Fury. Walter Fury, man. Another Fury bum. He's had 2 wins on points. He's an utter bum. He's got some weird... He does too many sunbeds. Yeah? And he's got a stupid look on his face and a stupid beard, but whatever. He's another bum. Walter. Walter... There's not many people in the modern world called Walter. It's an old-fashioned name, and everyone remembers Walter the Softie in the Beano magazine if they're old enough. But Walter Fury, yeah. Whatever, man. Now, before I go into the Wallin Cesora fight, which is an interesting one, would I go and watch? I mean, it's not a bad bill, but I'm not going up to Manchester. Manchester's a dive, man. I was horrified when I last went there. I told you in my videos, I hadn't been there for like 10 years, and it's an armpit now. It's just and I feel bad for it. There's all these like the hotel I was in, because I got a cheap one, was just full of asylum seekers and that. On the streets, there's people selling crack near whatever it's called, near the station. There's a square, people selling crack, drug addicts, all these homeless people, poor guys, alcoholics. It was dirty, it was disgusting. And, the people just weren't friendly anymore. Manx always used to be quite friendly, but they weren't. Anyway, so yeah, I ain't going to see that show. If it were in London, possibly. As long as the tickets weren't too much. It's called The Last Dance. And this is going to be Cesora's penultimate fight. Otto Wallin's the favourite against Cesora. But yeah, as I said, there's a couple of announcements I need to make. First one is, as you can see here, I only a tenner, but, I don't have much money, and that's actually 5 hours work of making YouTube videos. But and I'll give more if I can. That's tenner for Tony Cesay. Remember, the link is in the Tony Cesay video for the GoFundMe. It's almost got 10,000. But give what you can. It's a terrible disease. He's a lovely human being. It was, when I read about it, my heart dropped. It sunk. You know, like I said, it's all the good people, man, who get struck down. So please have a look. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put it in the it's in the description as well here. The GoFundMe for Tony Cesay, set up by Colin Sweet Sea McMillan, another lovely guy, the Sweet Sea. So yeah, I just want to say that I have done that just to say to other people, you know, I'm as good as my word, and other people can follow if they can. Then I just really have to talk about this. Firstly, sorry. A guy very kindly, you know, gave me £15 on buying me a coffee / buying me a beer. Okay? So I want to say big thanks. Yeah, someone, his name has gone down as someone. Kindly bought me 3 beers, £15. Thank you, brother. Here's his message. I'm very pleased. He said, it's really good to see you back. You know, so I'm very pleased to be back. I'm very pleased to be back for the funds. It wasn't the same without you. It always feels good to hear stuff like that. So there we go. Now then we go on to the... I just got to talk about these 2 comments I got in my videos. I mean, people are just so... people are just insane. So I got these 2 random comments. Most comments are all real good. You get a couple of haters. A couple of people don't know anything about boxing. I have a David Morrell video of his Benavides. I was like asking, is this fixed? Because it seemed like Morrell weren't trying hard enough. You know, there weren't much movement. He was sitting there with his gloves up, a stupid look on his face. He wasn't bothered when he lost the decision. He didn't go after Morrell and after he dropped him. And everyone's like, oh, you don't know anything about boxing. You've obviously never boxed yourself. I'm like, fuck it. No, you've never boxed yourself, you bum. But this wasn't the message that you know, the 2 messages I picked out to talk about. Like I said, most of my messages are really encouraging or interesting. But so you got this one guy, yeah? You got this one guy here on my Jay Opataya video, okay? The short video you show what Jai talking about, that's fake. Yeah, obviously, mate, you idiot. It's quite clearly AI, you fool. You end up in jail about that video. You haven't been in jail. I mean, this guy's suggesting I'm going to go to jail because I've done an AI. You only go to jail if you do porno AI and of celebrities or ex-girlfriends and distribute them. Not if you've got a Jay or Pataya AI of him talking about how he's going to knock people out. He goes, Jay always just respect boxer before they fight. He just says something bad when they close the fight. And your picture in front of your YouTube post, it's not nice. Jay don't like to. Don't take that chits from your chit. I don't even know what this idiot's saying. He's illiterate, but so I'm like, yeah, really? You're a friend of Jay's? What does he think? You're a friend of Jay's? Sorry, not Jay. Jay, you're a friend of Jay's. Anyway, he's just an idiot, man. And the second one is funny. The second one is just grotesquely hypocritical, right? Yeah, grotesquely hypocritical. This idiot doesn't even seem to get it. I made some comment about McClellan and how good it was that he'd been, you know, put in the position he was, because all those animals he used to torture is a nasty bit of work. And if you torture animals, yeah, you know you're a psychopath. You know, you'll do stuff to humans. He probably would have murdered someone by now. He's a real horrible... I don't even like to talk about... He used to tape up little puppies, buy puppies, tape up their mouths so they couldn't do anything, puppies, and throw them in so his pit bull would tear them to pieces. And he used to drive around his car and smash flamingos and stuff. He's a really nasty bit of work. And I'm glad he is where he is. He's actually a better man now, where he is. Anyway, this idiot, this complete moron, I don't know who he is, or he obviously got no... he doesn't even understand the hypocrisy of what he's written. And this is what the idiot wrote, right? This is what this idiot has to say. His name is Moscar, whatever. Moscarfo, 5352, whatever. Disgusting, he goes. I gave your video a chance. But if you're, and you can't spell, if you're wishing someone physically impaired because of what they've done to animals is nasty. Oh, what a terrible person. these poor innocent, sweet little animals and puppies getting torn to pieces by a pit bull. And I'm the bad guy because I'm glad that this disgusting scumbag McLennan been taken out of the game. So no more animals are going to be tortured to death. And he would have ended up killing someone. He's a psychopath. Yeah? Yeah? So I'm glad. Yeah, listen, you idiot, Moscarfo, whoever you clown, if you're looking at this. I am glad McLennan's where he is. It's a shame he wasn't put away for good, 6 foot under. He's a no-good scumbag, an animal torturer. What a disgusting person. What a horrible person you are to not care about these poor little animals. Or all you care about is McClellan, who's an evil man. You're a sick degenerate. Can't stand people like that. Anyway, there we go. Just another tangent. I like them now and again. It's more interesting. It's more real. I'm not like one of them boring American channels that just... You watch American channels, right, with loads of views and that. They're just so boring. They don't say anything interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. And this guy did this. And I can't. American channels are so whack, right? And they always go halfway through, hey, just to stop. Using the special code, if you go to XYZ, you can buy this special torch. You can see for miles with this torch. And they go on and on. Hey, using my special code, you can get 15% off this torch. Oh, piss off, man. You know what I mean? You muppet. But, having said that, like my boy, someone, if you want to donate, you're welcome to. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting it in the description. There's Litecoin, Bitcoin, Buy Me a Beer. There used to be Cash App, but there's a class action against Cash App, and I'm part of it. Anyway, so Otto Wallin. Otto. The naive. The naive Swede. V's. Derek Delboy Cesora. Now, they had a face-to-face. It was quite funny, man, because Derek, you got to... Delboy is always, Delboy is always value for money. Yeah. And, he's basically a top-class journeyman, I'm afraid. Yeah, he's had some wins. He's had some decent wins, but he's lost to almost anyone decent, right? You know what I'm saying? He's lost to almost anyone decent. He beat Joe Joyce last fight, which was unexpected. And he put Joyce down, but Joyce was zanged by then. He was cracked. He's beaten Pulev on a split decision, but Pulev, in my opinion, won that. KO'd David Price, a gun-shy, chinny David Price. So he's got some names, actually. Artur Szpilka, chinny. Yeah. He's been waxed so many times, including in the first round. Takam, old, but he beat him. Yeah, so, okay, maybe I'm being a bit mean to Chisora. He has actually beaten some decent names, but he's lost to more decent people. Parker, Fury, 3 times or something. Parker twice. Usyk, Dillian White. Agit Kabayel, Dillian White again, Kubrat Pulev, another loss. Well, he should have lost the first one. David Gay knocked him out in 5, brutally. Vitaly Klitschko, Robert Elenius beat him on points, although probably Chisora, most people think Chisora deserved that. He beat Danny Williams in 2 rounds, and completely shot Danny Williams. Sam Sexton. I mean, to call him a world-class journeyman is a bit unfair, but he's not fully world class. He's just below it, But he'll give anyone a decent, tough fight. He's a trier. He's an ex-ABA champion. Yeah. And in the interview, the face-to-face, watch it if you want. It's just quite fun. It's the usual Derek taking the mick, laughing, saying weird stuff, asking weird questions. And Otto Wallin, right? It's just he's a sweet guy, to be honest, and a very naive Swedish guy. Hey, guys, of course, I don't do PEDs. I don't need PEDs to win. Besides, they're illegal. I wouldn't do anything illegal. No, of course, Anthony Joshua is not on PEDs when he beat me up. He's never failed a test. I'm sorry, man. I love the Otto. The funny thing is, Otto Wallin seems to speak in a Swedish accent. I mean, not a Swedish accent, in a Dutch accent, but it's more funny that way. The only problem Wallin is, well, apart from the fact he's an oil driller, Huh? But yeah, although his girl seems, I think she's dropped him, man. Yeah, yeah. I ain't saying his girl Dong. What's her name? Shayla Dong or something. I ain't, I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she's looking for an oil driller. Yeah, she's looking for an oil driller that wins. And I think she left after Gay J beat up Wallin. And that was not Wallin's best show, and he quit as well. The white quitter, they called him for a bit. But Wallin, do you know what? He's just such a sweet guy. He's a typical naive idiot Swede. But this is where it gets different. Otto Wallin was forcing and talking about getting the jibber jabber all the time, and how you've got to wear a mask. You don't want to kill your grandmother. You've got to wear a mask so you don't pass on the virus. Anyone that's stupid and idiotic, and trying to make people feel guilty, telling people that who don't take the vaccine. Hey guys, you are putting other people in danger. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I got no respect for that bum. And imagine not in his last fight, actually, Wallin, he knocked out I don't know, some African dude in the first round in 48 seconds. He looked like he had packed on a bit more muscle, I think, and a bit more power. He doesn't hit that hard, but maybe he's been listening. He's probably just another Triple B fan who's listening to videos. Hey, maybe I need to do some PEDs. And his trainer's Joey Gamache, who's awful, punch drunk. He's got this bizarre wife who's always talking about how amazing she is. And, oh yeah, we're talking with HBO and CBS to do a series, and he shows her film, and it's awful. Like, it's the sort of thing a 14-year-old would have done in the 80s. I mean, and they carry around his little, something called Pinky, and it's a little weird cuddly pink toy. It's just so odd. And his manager is someone called Jolene Mizzoni, who's probably, I don't know, it's pretty good. Mizzoni, I don't know, she's probably gangster related, but she's only got about 8 fighters, and apart from, there's Brian Norman Jr., okay, and Otto Wallin. I haven't heard of any of the other bums. She's got a couple of prospects, actually, Justin Figueroa, but she's a manageress. Look at her. Look at the state of her face. How can you have that thing as your manageress? And, no homo. No homo. Otto's, again, apart from the jibber-jabber thing and the stupid Swedish naivety and the oil drilling, he's a likeable guy. He's quite handsome. No diddy, no homo. But yet another one. He needs to sign with Ben Shalom. Why does he need to sign with Ben Shalom? Not because he'll get many better fights, but because his eyes are too close together. Just like Ben Shalom, just like Callum Simpson, just like Ben Whittaker. Otto Wallin's eyes are too close together. Okay, guys? There's no such thing as race. Racism is for the ignorant. We all bleed the same. It's what's inside that counts, okay, guys? That's what's inside. It's not about skin color. Oh, he's such a... I've done an Otto impression for a bit, a Dutch Otto. But his eyes are too close together. Very weird. Now, Otto is a slight favourite. Yeah, you can get about 2.5 on Chisora. I think the best pricing on Otto is about 1.6 or something. 5, yeah, I think that's okay. That's okay. I mean, Otto gave a lot of problem to Tyson Fury, but, a lot of that was the cuts. Fury had like 47 cuts. And that was his first loss, and there was obviously no disgrace in that. But getting absolutely plastered by Anthony Joshua and quitting is not so good. Having said that, Joshua, was the biggest PED monster, right? In boxing, and even normies and NPCs and blue pill guys. Hey, no, there's no way Joshua's doing steroids. He's never failed a test. I mean, imagine being that naive and stupid. What you think? I don't know. Let's see who failed a test. Like, what you think? The only time Ben Johnson took PEDs was before 1988 Olympics or whatever, because that's one of the most famous failures. I mean, his eyes were yellow. He did so much, and he was so muscular. I mean, people are pathetic. They don't understand about masking, about cycling, and even Otto doesn't. Hey, no, guys, there's no way Anthony's doing PEDs. It's all genetics. Okay, he's Nigerian. He's not doing PEDs because he's never failed a test. It's such a bum, Otto. And you know what? You look at Otto's record, and it's what's very noticeable, right? He's not a big puncher, obviously. 15 KOs out of 27. And that's what you get when you don't go on PEDs. But if you go through his record, he hates racism. He's never stopped a black guy. Because, I suppose, Costa Jr., he's Brazilian. All the other guys, the black guys, and he hasn't fought a lot, seem to go the distance with him. In fact, it's hardly funny. Hey, I don't think it's right that a white guys like me should be hitting someone from the black community because they've suffered so much through slavery, racism. And I don't want to hit people. I feel guilty. Okay, guys? Yeah, right, Al Booker, don't Brazil. There are a lot of black guys on his record. Oh, Helamana Olguin. Who's he, man? He sounds like African. No, he's not. He's from Mexico. Sorry. But he didn't even want to hit the Mexican. Yes, because they deserve to be able to come to America. They've built America as well. America's for everybody. Like Otto moved to America, I guess. But, yeah, and, Joshua mashed him up. He probably didn't even feel bad about that. Hey, it's okay. I deserve it because I'm white. And we indulged in slavery. Even though, like Otto, right? Scandinavians and didn't have any, what's it called? They had no colonies. They never had any slaves, anything of that nature. But the agenda, the people in charge are so good at brainwashing naive idiots like Otto that he'll believe all that stuff. But the last guy he fought was black, and he knocked him out around, but he probably did it by mistake. Hey, I'm real sorry. I'm sorry. It must feel like your ancestors getting beaten by the overseer. I'm so sorry. Can you forgive me? Anyway, Derek Chisora. So, Chisora's got a decent chin anyway. But he's like 41. Whoa. Del Boy Chisora is 41. And he's been... I don't like the script. He's been such a great servant to boxing. But, he's been in some good fights. But, he's made a lot of money. I'm not going to, and I think he should retire. He's not slurring yet. But he'll be talking to lampposts in a few years. He's taking a lot of beatdowns. The beating that Vitaly Klitschko put on him. You know what I'm saying? And then David Hay battered him. That's in 2012, for crying out loud. Yeah, and Tyson Fury beat him in 2011 on a distance. That wasn't a proper hiding, but he gave him a hiding in 2014 and a hiding recently. He's a lot of hidings and a lot of distance fights, Chisora. So we don't expect him to be speaking very, very clearly in about 10 years. But that's up to him, man. He wanted the money. He likes to be out there so everyone knows him. He's enjoyed it, and that's fine, but there's risk taking it, and you've got to be bright. You've got to retire at the right time. And he wants one more fight after this, so he makes it 50. So this is his 49th fight. He was born in, by the way, he was actually born in Zimbabwe, or Rhodesia, if you prefer. Derek Chisora, but he moved here. Apparently his family are, not badly off. I don't know. I think he went to private school, someone said. Not that it matters. He's obviously a bit of a street, kind of streetish guy, you know what I'm saying? Well, in terms of he has got the size, the ability to put on violence and the attitude. Well, it's not really street attitude. Sometimes he can speak, quite coherently in quite an educated way, and he's quite funny. But anyway, so Otto Wallin. So who's going to win this? Otto Wallin vs Derek Chisora. Otto is a slight... I think they got the odds just about right. Otto's a slight favourite. My only worry is that he got beaten up by Gege. You know, okay, he had one fight after that, beating up the African dude. But that was 48 seconds, and he knocked him out, which is amazing for Otto to knock anyone out. Derek, on the other hand, is coming off one of his biggest wins. Big Joe Joyce. Obviously, Joe Joyce has been zhanged, you know, but he still had like a 25-pound weight advantage or something like that. And shockingly, Derek put Joyce down. I mean, I really thought Joyce would win, but I think Joyce has been zhanged. When you fight the Big Bang and he zhangs you, I don't think anybody's the same again, you know. So there's a chance that Otto Wallin will outbox Chisora, but Chisora was quite aggressive, which you might think would play into Otto's hands, but you know, Otto's when he quit against. I don't think he's been down. He wasn't down against Joshua, was he? I can't remember. Let me have a look, man. I mean, he got stopped on his stool, right? But I'm trying to remember. I don't think he went down. He's also southpaw, Otto. So you know, it'll be tricky for Chisora, but Chisora's experienced anyway. And there's a possibility that Chisora might sort of out hustle him with his awkwardness and his, you know, he's quite busy, Chisora. Well, until he really gasses. You know, him and Joyce gassed in the last fight, but yeah, I mean, there's a chance that Chisora will out-hustle Otto Wallin. It's only a 10-rounder, right? And he'll be going for it in front of his home crowd. And Otto will probably be holding back because he doesn't think it's right for him to hit a guy of color. After all, the white people have done to people of color, even though the Swedes have done nothing. The only thing he's done to people of color is banged them. Otto, Leila Dong, or whatever, you know, his ex is. The only thing he's done is smashed black females. And his eyes are too close together, like I said, which is a shame, because apart from that, he's quite handsome. No diddy. But, you know, I don't know why he wastes his Corey on Leila Dong. You get some beautiful Swedish girls, man. They're boring. I used to go out with loads of Scandinavian Swedish girls. So I've compared them to like a Ming Dynasty vase. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's shapely. But there's nothing inside, man. They're all the same naive, boring Swedish people. Danes are better. Danish girls are better. But even their propaganda, you know, they've been brainwashed. But Norwegians and Swedes are the biggest. Pathetic. And they've ruined their own country. Sweden had an almost perfect country. Standard of living, almost no violence, loads of space, right? Yeah, there's high taxes, but, you know, they were used, you know, to keep everyone was middle class, basically, you know? Everyone was comfortable. You can have a few houses, you know? And now look at it, man. It's a rape. Stockholm's a rape capital of the world. Right, they've got grenades going off in Malmo and shootings, and I mean, and they did this all in because of diversity. We don't have enough diversity in Sweden, Otto. So we better bring in some guys. It's okay. So they kill a few people. Hey, that's their culture. Okay, they rape a few Swedish. That's their culture. Who are we? Who are we as Swedish people to say, hey, your culture's wrong? So I've got no problem with them raping Swedish women. You know, these are kind of... I've actually talked to a Norwegian bird who actually said that. When I said, well, what about the crime rates and this? Oh, poverty. They will say poverty. I go, well, it's not... There's no one poor in Norway. The benefit system's excellent. And don't give me that nonsense. And I said, okay, what? And I said, what about assault, rape, grape? I said, what about that? Oh, I said, that's got nothing to do with poverty, has it? It can't do. She went, well, it's they've a very sexual culture. It's how they express themselves. She told me. I was sitting there going, man, you've got two brain cells and they've been so badly programmed. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even look. I said, this is my ex's friend. I said to her, why'd you even let me meet this idiot, man? You know I'm not going to hold my tongue. How can you have a friend who's such a moron? She look at Floor, well, no, she's very nice. I know she's not nice. She's a idiot who thinks it's fine for her own people to be raped because of sexual culture. Anyway, so what's going to happen in the fight? It's not an easy one to predict. Like I said, I mean the obvious one. I don't really think there's much value on this, to be honest. There isn't much value on this specific fight because, if for example, Chisora was a big underdog, then I'd be like, oh, I'm tempted. You know what I'm saying? I'm tempted because, Chisora could out-hustle him. Actually, you get 2-1 on Chisora. That's 3.0. But that's on Sky Bet. And Otto, the best price you get is 1.53, which is on William Hill. You know, most of the bookies have Otto at 1.44 or 1.5, and Cesora, they will have him at, as I said, 2.87, 2.8, one's 2.6. So, you know, they've got Otto a favourite, but, you know, it's not by a massive amount. You know, I don't think anyone can consider it a huge upset. This is interesting. Wallin on decisions 2.75, and by KO is 3.4. I mean, I would have thought by decision, Otto on decision would be way lower than that, really. So maybe there's a bit of value on Otto by decision. Chisora by decision 4.33, by KO 7.0. I don't see that much there. I think Otto on by decision is the most obvious pick. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Cesaro out-hustle him. I don't think it'll stop him. But, there's a difference in Chisora's power and Gejay's power. And Gejay was flying high after knocking out Frances and Gubu. So, I'm looking forward to it. You know, you got Derek's always a character. He's always in a good fight. Otto, ish the naive Swede, and it'd be fun. I wish I wouldn't. As I said, I'm not interested because it's a Manchester, but which is a dive. I mean, it's so weird to see a city in 10 years change so much from being a city that I really enjoyed and nice bars and fun to a city full of asylum seekers, dirt, drug addicts, crackheads, and unfriendly Manx, which is weird because the Northerners are generally more friendly than Southerners. But there you go. I'm going for Otto on points. But like I said, it's not with huge confidence because he could get out-hustled by Derek Chisora. I think it will go to distance. Let's see. I can't find... will the fight go to distance? Yes, it's 1.72. Okay. Maybe that's... you put £100, you get £172 back. Which isn't a massive amount, but you can stick it in accumulators. I mean, let's be clear, right? See, people that know about betting know that you bet on the wrong odds. I remember I bet on a 2-1 favourite, right? 2-1 favourite, so that's 1.5. And this bird was saying, oh, that's a rubbish bet. Why would you do that? You only win half of what you picked. That's a stupid bet. I say, you don't know nothing about betting, you idiot. This guy should be 1.1. Yeah, they've got the price wrong. He's so clearly going to win. It was a Scott Harrison fight against someone. I can't remember who, Brody or someone. I said, he's so clearly going to win that the price is wrong. Right? If I wouldn't put £100 on to win £10, but, put £100 to win 50 when I'm so sure they got the odds wrong. And I was right, obviously. Because people don't understand betting. It's all about the profit at the end of the day. Everyone wants to put on £1 and get 10 grand back. In my entire life, I've only known one person who's won a bet like that, and they didn't deserve it. They're a disgusting fat pig who never got any pum, who just to eat and drink Red Bulls. He was 30 stone at the age of 18, a fat, disgusting white trash pig. But that'll be the highlight of his life, and he'll never get that win again. But yeah, people are too obsessed with the so-called big win. No, the only thing that counts is profit at the end of the year. Profit, profit, profit. Make a note of everything. I know exactly how much I won last year. I know exactly how much I won the year before, right? I won about 1.5 last year, and I don't put that much money on. I don't have much. The year before, I got 2.5K, obviously. My biggest, this is way back in like 2010 or something. My biggest win was 15 grand. You know, I probably pulled 50 grand out of the bookies in 20 years. So it's not massive, but you know, come on, man. I enjoy it. And that's 50 grand profit. What do you know about that, homeboy? You know, that's a lot of yayo. Anyway, so I'm edged towards Otto on points. You know, I think it will go the distance. I think it's only a 10 rounder, right? Yeah, it's only a 10 rounder. So I might put the Otto on points, a small bet, and go the distance, or because you know Chisora could hustle Wallin and win on points. Maybe go the distance, put it in some accumulatives. Anyway, have a look, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and donate. Show me the money.